Otherwise, this video is long overdue. Ngoja. So lazima tuanze na kamoja. Kwanza leo Leeds United wanacheza na Arsenal. Najua watu wa Arsenal mnasema nini hapo? Ni sawa, leo mnaweza tu pata, lakini next year over winter mnatukuta pa Elland Road. We shall teach you little boys. Anyway, lazima tu dance kamoja. Ngoja. Oh, magoti. Magoti yao. Magoti yao. Najaribu kudance donjo maber na haingiani. Donjo maber. Anyway, you guys, how are you? Right. Acha kwanza, let me sip some tea. Guess nani amechange employers for the third time in the UK? Moi. I changed employers last week, and Leo story time is it's gonna answer some of the questions that came up in the newly released white paper regarding immigration and what's affecting skilled worker visas who are already in the UK. So if you want to know all the some of the answers through the experience that I went through last week and this week, stick in here and you're going to understand some of the things because I went through them practically. Now, let's start it from the top. So, mnajua the white paper was released in June ama July. Okay, ilireleasiwa hiyo wakati. And there's some changes in immigration which are affecting those people who are in the UK legally and those people who are in skilled worker visa. Kwa nini nikikuja hapa ndio nasikia gas inaanza kujileta? Mbona si haikuwa hii burp? Mbona haikutoka nikiwa in the car when I was driving here? Motherfucker. Baga. Anyway, what am I saying? Right, let's start it from the top. How are you guys? How have you been? How are you, my lovelies, my darlings, my honey bunnies? Right, so let's take it from the top. I've changed employers. I'm currently serving my notice. They haven't told me my last date. Please, they should have. Me hata wangeni release last week ningetoka. Unajua kutoka. They've been horrible. The good thing with this country, you have the choice to move. No, makimbia. Anywho, so they've been horrible, so I don't even know why they're not giving me my notice, because mimi niliwaandikia resignation last Monday, and sijui kwa nini bado hajanirivatia kuniambia when I need to split, when my last day is. Naona tu rota yangu inajazwa, I don't know why. Wangefanya kama the previous employer, wanichomoe tu kwa rota na niambie step big, and I'll show them how to step big, because please, hii job yetu inakuanga ngumu, and if the work environment is not favorable, you can lose your mind. So, me, I'm moving because the work environment was horrible all over again. Well, okay, I'm blabbing. So, I changed employers last week. Right, I started from the top. Last week on Monday, let's start it from the top. I decided in July, I wasn't going to renew my visa with my current employer because of work environment was very toxic. Yeah, I said it. So I started thinking in my mind, preparing in my mind that I'm going to start looking for work. So the first weekend of August, my person akanichallenge, akaniambia, unashindwa kusema utachange employers na hata CV uja update. Hey, nikaona your challenge ina make sense. So immediately that first weekend of August, niliketi hapa chini. It was on a Saturday. I was on like holidays. It's either the first weekend of August or the last weekend of July. No, it's the first week. Actually, it's the first weekend of August. I remember because nilikuwa nimechukua like a 4-day holiday. Yeah, because we were going for Regaland. Yes, I remember. It's the day before Regaland. Yes, darling. Yes. So it was the first weekend of August. Righty-ho. So that Saturday, nilikuwa break Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Friday, nikachill. Saturday, my person akani challenge ni fix my CV, which I did. And then on Sunday, we went for Regaland at Milton Keynes, which was fire. It was fire. It was murder. She wrote, hey, it was murder. Donjo mabe, donjo, donjo mabe, donjo mabe. Then on Monday, nika chill. Then Tuesday. Anyway, so that actually the first Saturday of August, nikatengeneza CV. Sasa nilikuwa determined. So cause my person ameniambia umeshinda ukisema una change jobs since June na hujaitengeneza CV. So hiyo Saturday nikaketi hapa chini nikajitengenezea CV. For me, I prefer doing my own CV. I prefer writing my own CV so that even if somebody asks me anything random from my CV, I know exactly what to say because I wrote it myself. So I normally write my own CV, then naingia kwa poto fulani hapo. Nani anachekele hapo? Kushirabi na maanisha niko motilingo. Anyway, naingia kwa hiyo poto fulani, and then the AI compresses my CV because in UK nobody has got time to read your 8-page CV, darling. CV yako it's 1 page or 2 pages. So usiende umejaza mavitu. Nobody has time for that. So nikishaandika everything, naingia kwa hiyo portal. I normally subscribe, so I normally pay like £4. I think £4.8 every month. So wananikompressia inakaa fiti, and then they give me a choice to pick a format or a draft. That's it. So that Saturday, hiyo kazi ndio nilishindia. Then after kumaliza kutengeneza CV that Saturday, nikaingia kwa website ya care yenye na tunafanya hizo job zetu za care. Nikaingia hiyo website ya England because unajua kuna England na kuna Scotland, na mimi nataka job England because nimefanya kazi England. Nikaingia hapo, nakwambia nilitupa CVs. Sio nilitupa kama 60 ama either 60 or 70, mpaka hiyo website ikaniambia, darling, you've been blocked now because you've exceeded the applications you can do in 30 days. Zote nilizifanya in 1 day. Na kama nilikuwa tu natupa. Hata wenye wanataka introductory, nina type mara moja najiintroduce natuma. I sent like 60 or 70 CVs in that website that Saturday. Nakwambia sikuamka hapa. Then from there, nimesema ni website ya care ya huku England. Nikaingia sasa, hiyo ni website ya home care. Nikazitupa. Then nikatoka hapo nikaingia kwa website ya care homes and nursing homes. Nilitupa. Kutoka hapo nikaenda Indeed. Biscuit woni niko busy. Niko kwa conference with my YouTube peoples. Nikaingia kwa Indeed. Indeed nayo saa zingine waangusha mtu, but saa zingine utapata feedbacks, but nilitupa CV. Let me tell you, that day I didn't even sleep. Mpaka kitu I think around 3ish. Unajua naamka tu nakuta nimeshika simu. Nikiamka hivi nashika simu natuma kama 3. That day, Saturday, I believe I sent over 150 CVs. Na si ati easy hyperbole. I practically sent over 150 CVs in 1 day. That was on Saturday. So I was expecting feedback to come on Tuesday, because that Monday was a bank holiday Monday. Right. So sasa si Tuesday, maofisi zimefunguliwa Tuesday. Ni Tuesday ama ni Monday? Hata sikumbuki. Bisky. Nini kwa nini au ni respect? Bisky tani respectingi. Hajui mimi ni madam, the queen of this kingdom. Anyway, so that now when the offices zilifungua either Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember, Monday or Tuesday, sasa ni kuanza kukoliwa. Hi, is it Janet Niaga? We received your CV. Sasa ikifika ni mahali pa kusema, do you want sponsorship? Nasema, yes, I do require sponsorship. Oh, nadropiwa. So technically, out of my over 150 CVs, 80% were regrets. Why? Because I require sponsorship. Right. Mimi siku give up. Eventually, nikabook interview mbili. So nilizibook the next Monday, which is last week. The next Monday was last week. Monday nikabook because now nilikuwa off na kuanga sasa si unajua siku hizi nilitolewa kwa ofisi nikarudishwa kwa community. So sasa nika insist nipewe off days zangu. Hakuwa nataka kunipeanga off days. Nishina nimefanya kazi 8 days for what? I don't need please. Hata kama sitaki pesa that much mimi. I'm never being greedy for money. So even me kuitisha hizo off days zangu because I'm entitled to 2 off days in a week. It was such a big deal for them. Wakaanza kunitreat vibaya. But now mimi nilikuwa nishakuwa immune. Hata mnitreat vibaya aje, I'm going to speak up for my rights. So I need my 2 off days. So nika choose Sunday and Monday. So sasa interview yangu nilikuwa nimebook on a Monday. So si nika attend last week on Monday. Nika attend interview moja ya hii job yetu ya home care. Hapa tu Leeds, pande ya Wakefield. Alafu nika attend ingine ya care home, a nursing home. Hapa tu it's like 13 minutes away from my house. Excuse me. Moja, excuse me darlings, pole. Kuna kitu inanirritate kwa mapua. Moja, nikapita. That was last week on Monday. The next day Tuesday, one of them wako hiyo side ya Wakefield wakani reply wakaniambia by the way umepita interview. But sasa tutahitaji you pay us 3,500 for the COS. I'm like Missilipi COS tena. Lies. Not when I have a 3-year 2-month experience in the UK. Mimi nikulipe CV kukuletea skill yangu. Nikuletea skill yangu yenye nimestudy, nimeperfect. Alafu like I'm bringing you my skill and then I pay you. Lies. So nikasema nikamwambia okay sawa, I'll think about it. I'll talk to my person and we'll get back to you. Si nikaacha hiyo iko pending. Then the next Wednesday, is it Wednesday or Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday. On Thursday, watu wa nursing home wakani get in touch with me. Wakaniambia, by the way, you passed your interview and we are happy to offer you sponsorship. Donjo maber, donjo. Donjo maber, donjo maber. Nikapewa sponsorship. Nikasema, aki Mungu wangu, thank you God for coming through for me. Because I really needed sponsorship. Unacheki kwa nini? Hizi rules za zimetokea za white paper, they are a bit confusing na zinaleta a lot of tension, especially kama uja go through that process since that time ya white paper kuchangiwa. Kwa sababu some things are not straightforward. Mtu understand until you go through it. Like now I went through it and that's why I've come to do this video so that I can also shed some light for someone else who could be wanting to change employers na ako on skilled worker visa. Right. So wakaniambia wataniofa, nikasema, wow, thank you Jesus. Thank you Jesus. Kambia, thank you. So wakanitisha paperwork yangu, wakanitisha passport, wakanitisha NI number, wakanitisha everything, nikatuma everything they needed, nikatuma. Friday, they sent me a draft of my COS. They're sponsoring me for 3 freaking years. Darling, I only need 2. But ya tatu ni bona adhi because that's when I'm going to be processing my paperwork to you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So I was given 3 years sponsorship and no charges, nothing. Sikuchajiwa anything. Right. So nikatumia draft yangu on Friday. Then nikauliza, na sasa huku kwenye niko, I think I'm supposed to give a 1 month notice. Wakaniambia ni sawa, wapatie leo. Tuma barua leo ya resignation. Sasa wacha turudi Monday. Monday niliwaambia asubuhi nilienda interview 2. Na mimi huku kwenye niko, mimi sikuwa na plan renew. So sijui nani alienda akanisema plan renew. So Monday nikaitwa kwa ofisi nikienda kupewa on call phone sababu nilikuwa on call duty. Wananipeanga on call duty na hata wanilipi. So nikienda nikaambiwa na manager huko akaniita. Ati hi. I was just wanting to tell you, I know your visa sponsorship is due for renewal Imagine it's due for renewal in 1 month time. But unfortunately, we will not be renewing for you. So unajua amezoea kuniona nikiwa, please. Oh, this time I was like, oh, it's all right, I understand. Then hiyo ilimshtua. I think alishanga, kwani huyu hastuki hatapata job ingine na she only has 1 month and apparently home office wanahitaji uko umefanya kazi na the next company for 3 months, kwani huyu hastuki niaje. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's all right, no problem, I understand. Then she's like, she kept explaining herself, you know the skill set, and I don't know what skill set. What, darling? I'm a freaking brilliant worker. Hey, anybody will be lucky to have me. Hata kwenye nilikuwa nafanya kazi Kenya, I'm a fucking brilliant worker. So hakuna kitu alikuwa ananiambia ati ilikuwa inaingia hapa inatokea huko. Mimi nilishapata job. And in any case, I wasn't planning to renew with them. They are horrible. It's a horrible, toxic work environment. Sikuwa nataka huko. So amebaki hapo ameji-explain. You know. Darling, mimi siko huko, niko tu zile za, it's all right, I fully understand. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much. Actually, hata nikitoka nilimpatia a bear hug. Thank you for the opportunity. Ya juu dadhi. Ile pick a finger, darling. Pick a finger, darling. So mimi nikaishia, nikachukua on call phone na laptop nikaishia. I think alibaki tu zile za, kwani hata hajakuwa desperate haja. Darling, nilioda nikiadaga. Oh, before I know nikamwambia, and by the way, I'll need your reference. Darling, one of the employers sent the reference that Monday usiku. Iyo usiku alipata reference request to complete my reference. Alikuwa nafikiri nimekaa tu hivi nimeng'evi hapa. Mimi ni mtu wa Mrima, najua kujipanga. I'm a Mrima babe. I know how to arrange myself. Mimi kwanza zile shida nimepitia hii life. Nafikiri tu nimekaa tu hivi nikuja nisituliwe na mashida. No. Mimi nakuanga nimejiarrange, nimejipangas. Anywho, so that was Monday. Now, story yangu ni kama movie. So Monday nimeenda interview 2, right? Nimepita zote. Monday jioni nimeitwa nikaambiwa siriniui visa 1 month to. Unaona? Si ati nilikuwa na expect anyway, but you get 1 month to, na juzi tu home office wamesema mtu akitransition lazima kuwa amefanya kazi for 3 months before transition. Na huyo ananiambia 1 month to. How malicious, how sadistic. Unakuja kuniambia utanirenew visa 1 month. 1 month. You should have given me 3 months. And now unakuja kuniambia pa skill. You're telling me my was a skill in August, and that was in August, and in July ulinita briefing ya, is it July ama ni June ama ni May? Juzi tu uliniita kuniambia nimepita probation. So what did I miss between passing probation na hii yenye all of a sudden my skill is wanting? Nikajua huyu ako challenge, nataka nikiwa kwa hii kampuni. Anaona it's like my light is dimming her freaking light. Me, I'm not that kind of a person, darling. I'm not even interested in your job. Mimi sina interest. Lakini watu wengi wanafeeling aje challenge. Ama nikiwaruzi. Kama nikiwaruzi, mtu anachukua Stanley Cup, anajaza maji, anafanya Teremsha the poraro, darling. This world has so many opportunities for all of us. All of us. Usifeel wivu juu ya employee wako. Hata ana interest. I'm just brilliant like that. Anyway, I'm blabbing. So now let's talk about immigration. Sasa si nimetumiwa draft yangu ya COS last Friday. Nikaambiwa ni check everything. I check if my name is spelled right, if my passport details have been input correctly, everything is perfect. I confirmed and said, this is absolutely hunky-dory, darling. Proceed, my darling, proceed. Become prepared. Prepared. Ukisema hiyo, lazima kwanza una spit mate na lips. We come prepared. Nikaambia, thank you so much, everything is in order. Proceed, darling, proceed. Monday, sinajua sasa, no, najua huyo mama akiniambia ati hawata renew, akaniambia ati, okay, I know your off days is Sunday and Monday, but now we can give you Monday and Tuesday so that you can have at least 2 weekdays, so that you can, even if you need to do 20 hours for the next employer, so at least they get to sponsor you. Nikamwambia it's okay, then I'll take Monday and Tuesday. So now this week was the first time, hii wiki inaisha sahi was the first time nilikuwa off Monday and Tuesday. So nikaambia my new guys, my new employers, then nursing home, nikaambia by the way Mondays and Tuesdays nakuanga off. If you need me guys, just holler, I'll be there. Then akanijibu akaniambia, huyo akihama akaniambia, thank you so much for letting us know. I'm just from chasing your references. I'm hoping I'll receive them shortly. Hey, that was around saa 6 mchana. Oh, me references zinani stress kwa sababu in this country if you don't get your reference signed, that's a problem. Hakuna employer atakuchukua kama haujaandikiwa reference. And then the other thing is there's no employer is not obligated by law to sign for you a reference. They are not obligated by law. So anaweza kataa na hakuna place unaweza mpeleka. Na wewe mwenye unaenda the next employer mwenye unaenda kwake anahitaji your reference. Akikuitisha professional reference lazima upeane. Sasa mimi niliitishwa professional reference ngapi? 2. Na hao wote wenye nilikuwa nafanya kazi wote ni watu wabaya. So mimi nikasema I'm not gonna hide it. I'm gonna write them there because I did work for you and I worked very well for you, so I'm gonna write you. Nikawaandika hapo. Now in this country, employer is not obligated to write for you a reference by law. Anaweza kataa na si lazima, hakuna kitu unaweza mfanyia by law, haforsiwi. Lakini na yeye pia by law ako bound, they are not supposed to write anything detrimental to you that will affect your opportunities in the future. So kama ni kuandika, lazima andike kitu positive. Kama ni kuandika kitu negative, that by law hakubaliwi. Mumesikiza? Do njomaber. Ivi njomaber. So, employer hako obligated by law. They're not obligated by law to write for you a reference. But on the other hand, by law, they are obligated to write positivity. Positive things. They're not allowed to write negative things that will be detrimental to you getting a job. Do njomaber. So, wengine wanaoptingi tu kuandika a basic reference whereby they say yes, this person worked for us for this period to this period, their role was this and this, and they do not have a safeguarding. That's it. Period. So hata kama ulikuwa mzuri aje kwa hiyo kampuni, ulikuwa unafanya kazi vizuri, you are diligent employee, hawata kuandikia hizo maua. But then who cares about that? The new employer atajionea maua zako. You know, let me tell you something. Hata mtu akijaribu cover sunshine yako aje, it still has a way of shining. God makes it shine. Anyway, I'm all over the place. So now saa 6, my new guys wakaniambia, thank you so much for letting us know that you're free on Monday and Tuesday. And I'm just from chasing your references. I'm hoping they'll come through shortly. Nikaambia thank you. Hopefully. Nikaandika thank you, fingers crossed. Nilikuwa na stress sana. Nilikuwa nashinda watu wataniandikia reference ama wataniandikia reference. So everything has gone through. My DBS has checked through. DBS huko Kenya mnaitanga criminal record checks. So DBS yangu hapa it's clean. Niko sawa. Immigration imecheck in iko fiti, NI imecheck in niko fiti, everything iko CV yangu iko sawa, certificates zangu nimepeana, interview nilipita, everything iko sawa, I'm set. Kitu imebaki ni references. Right. So around 12 akaniambia hivyo. So mimi nikakaa tu hapo hiyo siku nilikuwa stressed. That Monday nilikuwa so stressed. Nikakuwa stressed. Then around 5, nimekaa tu hapa because even my person had to give me a very, very serious pep talk telling me I have to protect my heart and mind because I worry too much and I shouldn't be worried over things that I cannot control. Akaniambia, you've done your best, now the rest is you just leave it to God and wait and everything is going to work out. Akaniambia, si nilikwambia last week ukienda hizo interview utapita zote. Si umepita hata hiyo nursing home na hujaifanya kazi kwa nursing home. Si unaona umepita. So don't worry so much, just leave it to God and trust. Sasa nilikuwa tu nimepewa hiyo pep talk. Nilikuwa nimeshindwa mpaka kuoga, nimeshindwa kukula. So vile alinipatia hiyo very serious and stern pep talk, nikaambia Mungu, God take charge. You are in charge of these references. Take charge. Then around 5, nikaoga, nikakuja, nikakula. Then sasa nikachila hapa na my person tukiwatch movie. Then around 5, I even remember, is it 5:17 or 5:11? Nikaona email. Guess what the email said? Official certificate of sponsorship. Hata sikumaliza kusoma. Nilirukaruka nikapatia my person email nikamwambia maliza kusoma hiyo email kwa sababu mimi sijamaliza lakini nimesoma tu subject. Akaniambia, see, I told you, you've gotten a COS for 3 freaking years. 3 freaking years in that nursing home, which is like 13 minutes away from my house. Oh my gosh. And then they written for me, proceed and apply for your visa. Sasa last week when they sent me the draft on Friday for me to confirm kama everything is spelled well, everything, you know, the niagas, zimespeliwa vizuri, everything, the kirinyagas zimespeliwa vizuri, wakaniamini. Nikauliza, by the way, huyu employer wangu anahitaji niwapatie 1 month notice. Akaniambia, peana leo. They told me to give it. The head office is in London, but the branch I'm going to work in is in Leeds. So the London guys told me, give that notice today. Mi nikakuwa chicken, si kupeana notice on Friday. So now nilipeana this Monday after receive the COS. Nikatuma, actually nilidraft na sikuituma, so nikaituma on Tuesday. So sasa Monday nikakuja fill out details zangu za applying for the new visa. Now because I'm switching employers, fill out the new visa, everything nika apply, nikalipa I think £3 or £4. I think it's £3 or £4 if I'm not wrong, for my 3-year visa. Nikalipa 3 or 4 to the home office. Now visa application was confirmed as you know, completed at around 8:20 p.m. That's when Nili submit my visa application on Monday night. Na kuna reason nawambia the time. Niona nimeiapply usiku. Monday night around 8:20 thereabout. Usiku p.m. So there's Tuesday nikatumia watu my notice period. I mean, simulisha niambia amunirenewi. So chukweni notice period yenu, period. Chukweni notice period yenu, mama. Na muniambie my last day ni lini. So nikatuma hiyo resignation na notice. So tukangoja Tuesday. See, nimesubmit visa on Monday at around 8:20 p.m. So nikakaa Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning at 9 a.m. home office wakanitumia visa yangu. My visa came out on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Siku ngapi? Mbe. No, please, those who are quickly to say I paid, I did not pay for priority services. No, darling. I paid for standard. Na wakaniambia ningoje up to 8 weeks. Na wakaniambia nisichase until 8 weeks have lapsed. Until 8 weeks are finished, wakaniambia nisichase. Because waliniambia nichague kama ni standard, priority or super priority. Mi nikasema standard. Na ilitoka na 2 days, darling. So I got my visa on Thursday morning. I was happy how. Now, let's talk about the white paper. The white paper states, for a skilled worker visa, for you to swap to another employer, you must have worked for them for at least 3 months. Pause. Mimi sijafanya kazi for those people ever. I've never even done 20 hours. I only met those people the day of the interview. I've never. And my visa and COS was approved. So, that said, I think the people who need to have worked with the new the people who need to have worked the people who need to have worked 3 months for a company before they're granted a COS and approvals done for visa by home office are the people who are coming from a different kind of visa. Say for example, unatoka ya shule study, unataka kuingia kwa skilled worker visa. Before you get that COS and your visa approvals, you must have worked for that company for at least 3 months. Am I communicating? But if your first COS was in skilled worker visa healthcare, and you're changing employer still in healthcare, not because you una swap for the fun of it, maybe yako ime expire, you don't need to have worked with them for 3 months for it to be approved by home office. They just swap it for you. Easy peasy. Now, kuna some employers watakwambia, tunaambiwa na county, our city council wants us to fast. Anyway, let me digress kidogo. When we went for Regaland, I networked. I met these really nice people. They own they own a home care company and offer sponsorship in Liverpool. Na wakachukua my details wakaniambia Monday tubonge, kuja Liverpool, we shall give you sponsorship. Manao unajua sasa the Africans wanaangalia, I think they had applied for a COS for someone new in the company, and then wakaulizwa kama alitoka kwa pool. What is this pool? All right, let me explain the pool. In England, their company. Okay, this pool applies in Britain. What is it? In England, what is it? There are some carers who came to England na wakaskamiwa. Oh, sorry, not kuskamiwa. Let me scratch that. Mi sijui kukata na kusnipe na kukata na kupaste. So hiyo itakaa, lakini let me correct my statement. Now, there are some carers who came to this country on healthcare visa, but kufika hawakuwa wanapata hours. If you don't get hours, that's a problem. You can't afford bills. You can't afford bills and you also can't pay taxes. That's a problem. Right. There are other carers who came and their companies that sponsored them were, their visas, their sponsoring licenses were revoked. Walinyang'anywa sponsoring license. That said, kama unyang'anywa sponsoring license, as far as Home Office is concerned, you are not legal. You cannot legally sponsor someone. So where do these employees go? Wote wakaambiwa wa register in a pool in their councils. You know, city council ya Nairobi. In their councils. Kama sasa ni Leeds, unaenda una register na Leeds Council. Kama ni Liverpool, unaenda register na Liverpool. So now the employers in England, before atiufikiria unahaya mtu, okay, this was before the care visa was cancelled because ilikansoliwa. Now before then ulikuwa unaambiwa before uhaya mtu from abroad lazima kwanza uko na proof that you first try to hire from the pool of people who are already in Britain and have no sponsors. So you must first go to your council and get people from that pool. So now Historia Liverpool, they were telling me their council have advised they must first get people from the pool. But my argument was, okay, so for me mwenye sikuwa na need ya kukua kwa pool, does that mean I'm on the wrong? Does that mean I'm helpless? No. Home Office are always very fair. They must have a solution for me, someone who's worked legally, but my visa has lapsed and I need a renewal. Not necessarily ati nikwe, my sponsor alinyang'anywa license, ndio niende nikapewe job ingine. No. So what happens if my visa lapses? Home Office are very fair. They will give you an opportunity to apply for another visa and get another employer. So that was where we were. This Monday, nilikuwa na bonga about last Monday interviews. So hiyo ya Liverpool tulipanga niende interview hii Monday ya juzi, hii Monday imeisha. But now on Monday morning nimeamuka, nimeoga, nimejipanga, nimeamsha my person na naenda, by the time naenda kwa bafu, message ikaingia Liverpool. Oh, sorry darling, I have an emergency. We have to cancel this interview to another day. Nikamwambia no worry, you just let me know when you're ready. So your Monday sasa I was supposed to go to Liverpool na sikuenda. And that's the Monday my COS came. And that's the Monday I applied for my new visa. You see, everything happens for a reason. So I question God. Everything happens for a reason. Because there's a reason why God alicancel your safari ya Liverpool. Because he knew my COS was coming and I didn't need to relocate. You understand? Anyway, I hope you understand your story yote ya pool. Wale watu walikuja Britain and their sponsors walirevokiwa licenses to sponsor, waliregister na their councils, so that when an employer is looking for a carer, wanatoa kwa hiyo pool kwanza before they look outside. That was before the cancellation of the care visa. Because sasa ilikansoliwa. It's effective, it's cancelled. Hakuna watu wanatoka abroad. And from 2028 pia itakansoliwa. Wenye tuko huku, we can no longer swap and say ati we are sponsored on visa ya care. No. Either mtu akuwa me-upgrade, akuwe nurse ama daktari ama ende akakuwe kitu ingine, lakini ya care haitakuwa from 2028. Righty ho. So, mnaona hizi vitu zote zime happen in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Leo ni Saturday. Yeah, in 2 weeks, because last Monday niambiwa sita renew visa. Haya, nikaenda interview ngapi mbe. Nikapita zote. Moja inanichaji US 35. I'm like, excuse you darling. What's that? Nilipe tena. Ile ya kwanza ya kutoka kwa Kazongo ilitosha. block ni lazima mtu angetoka. Unajipanga, una left. Unajipanga una left. Hata nikwambie. Lakini not when I'm here. I'm highly skilled in this role. Alafu niambie unicharge for me to come work for you. And you hata start mention Gina because no, I'm not like that. Anywho, so my visa nili-apply standard route na ilitoka in 2 days. Employer nime change. I'm now going to work in a nursing home, and I've never worked in a nursing home before, and I was given the opportunity, and I'm going there, and I'm gonna have a team. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I'm ready to learn. I'm going there to experience new things, to learn more complex things, to challenge myself, and I really pray to God the environment will be conducive, because for me, environment is everything. Our job is really hard, and if the environment is not good, that's a problem. So I'm looking forward to a new challenge. I'm looking forward to meeting new people. I'm looking forward to working in a nursing home to learn how it works there, because mimi kwenye nafanyanga kwa community is you drive from home to home, but now I'll be based somewhere, and then again the hours are not bad because I'll be working a 12-hour shift, and then I'm supposed to be working, I think, 4 days a week. Alafu the next week 4 days a week with alternating weekends. So kama hii weekend nimefanya, next weekend niko off, hivyo. But I'm allowed to do overtime with them. Of course ndakuwa nagonga ka overtime, ndakuwa nafanya maybe 5 days, but kwanza ni settle, I'll be doing 4 days, and then now nikishashika job, nikishamaliza training 5 days, so then nafanya 5 days na rest 2 days. I'm really excited. I swear you guys, I've seen God, because at some point nilikuwa niko worried. Can you imagine nimetuma over 150 CVs? Na 80% of that is regrets. Why? Because I need sponsorship. Companies are now very shy to offer sponsorship. Wengine wanakuambia, oh, you must have worked for us for 6 months before we give you sponsorship. Sasa najiuliza 6 months na niko na only 1 month before my visa expires. And my darling, whatever you do when you're in this country, always do the right thing. Make sure you're within your lines of your visa guidelines. Usifanye mistake ujipate umemess stories za visa. Just make sure you're within. Do the right thing. Anyway, so I'm so happy to let you know I'm gonna mimi hata sijui hata kwa nini hawajanipea nini my date of career of last date, but let me tell you, legally right now I don't belong to them. Legally I belong to the nursing home. If the nursing home tomorrow says we need you to work on Monday, we need you here on Monday, darling, no questions asked, mimi nitaenda. Why? Because those are my sponsors. Hawa nilishatumia email ya notice na hata wa acknowledge hata wajibu. Jana nilimtumia reminder nikimuuliza when's the last day I need to advise my new employer for rota purposes. Hakujibu. Sasa nampatia mpaka Wednesday. Wednesday ikifika namwambia my last day will be Friday. I'll have served my 2 weeks. Period. Anyway, I'm so happy, guys. So I hope you may clarify. If you're already in care, if your first COS is in care and your visa has lapsed, and you need to change employers, you don't have to have worked for a company for 3 months for you to get approved by Home Office. No. But if you're coming from a different visa category, say for example, you're coming from study visa, or you've been a dependent and now you want now to get into healthcare, lazima kwanza kwa hiyo kampuni inafaa kukusponsor, you must have worked for them for at least 3 months for them to give you a COS that's going to be approved by Home Office. Donjo mabe. So you guys, I'm happy. Oh my God, things are happening. I have a new car. Hii gas inakujanga kila time nikikuja tu kwa video. I have a new car that I really and nimesema really like, okay. Darling, hakuna siku nitaimaliza video hapa kama si jaguara. Hii ulimi haijui niko Britain? No, seriously? No, actually, kwani ulimi I understand niko Britain? Really? Ikikuja hapa kwa mzito, I understand. Anyway, it's been really, it's been a roller coaster, but I'm happy. Every experience, mimi munanijua, mimi I take everything positively, even if at some point you feel I'm only human. Sometimes when I feel despair, because you feel like I'm doing so good, I'm working hard, I'm doing extra mile, I'm doing, but all that comes back is negativity. Sometimes as a human, it can drain you. But let me tell you, eventually you dust yourself up and keep soldiering on, because it's eyes on the prize. You guys, I'm so close to the end. I'm so close to the finish line. I'm like, ninaiona ndio ile finish line. Unaona ukiwa kwa race. Nikiwa kwa race ya mbio. Tuseme tumeenda marathon, tumezunguka huko, then unaona haki biscuit hata ni esimu. Huo ni esimu mingi. Unaona ndio ile finish line pale, unaenda kushika kamba. Imagine sasa ndio nina stretch mkono, unaenda kushika kamba hivi. Finish line, and I say this is finish line with God and Jesus. Period. This year has not been easy professionally, but I've always tried to keep it positive. But nataka nikwambie huko kwenye natoka kwa mashindo katika jina la Yesu. Saitani asindwe katika jina lake. Biscuit wewe niko kwa studio nina record hapa movie. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to come in here and update you. It's a story time. Aki video ni refu. Anyway, it's been